Okay, so today we're going to discuss sports documentaries, and the reason is I've just seen one that I think is fantastic. So I'm wearing my Bradford shirt for a reason. I'm saying that, hey, come on, City. Anyway, enough of that. So the first one I'm going to promote is America Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys. And it's all about, of course, the Dallas Cowboys. It's recently released and it had me gripped from beginning to start. I think it's 6 parts, it might be 8 parts. And it pretty much deals with post Tom Landry. And it goes through their magical years all the way up to, I think, 16 years of loss again. Anyway, it's heartfelt, it's warts and all, and generally, it's the story of Jerry Jones, who was the owner. And that's one of the beautiful things about sports documentaries, I need to say straight away. Sports documentaries are not just about sport. They're not just about American football. They're not just about F1. Their history, their economics, their everything. They're everything. Personalities and dynasties and the love of the sport. Anyway, I would thoroughly recommend this. It starts, of course, with a beautiful Ennio Morricone theme, which always gets me, because usually the music to these videos is awesome, and this one doesn't fail any more than others. Anyway, I'm not going to go into where it goes, any of these documentaries, but I will still recommend America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys. My second recommendation is Senna. It's a 2010 documentary about the life of Senna. It's got thrills and, of course, heartbreaking emotion. Possibly the greatest driver of F1. A lot of archival footage. There's not a lot of one-on-one interviews. It just goes through his story and his unfolding life and the passion of the man, as with major sports stars, is unbelievable. And the love from his country. Oh my gosh, has there ever been a more loved Brazilian? Even when you've got greats as Pele, possibly Senna of all people stand out. Fantastic documentary. Well recommended. Senna. Not to worry. My third recommendation is When We Were Kings. And of course, this is all about boxing. And before I go any further, I want to remind people how important boxing was to Indonesians. I remember in the late 80s, early 90s, the streets would clear Saturday morning if Tyson were fighting. And of course, this documentary delves into possibly the greatest heavyweight era of all time, which is the 70s, where you have Foreman, Frazier, Ali, Norton, Bug, you name it. It was full of personalities, a word that we don't really link to sports anymore. Neither here nor there. When We Were Kings delves into what was dubbed as the Rumble in the Jungle. Foreman, big guy, against Ali. And it's a masterclass in storytelling. Obviously, most people will know what happens at the end. Neither here nor there. There's also lots of great cameos by our favourite villain, Don King. A must-see, When We Were Kings. Well, the next one's a bit of a curveball, because some people might say, well, that's not a sport. I don't care. The bottom line is it's one of my favourite recommendations of all time, of all documentaries, and it's Riding with Giants. I'm not a surfer, but my God, this grips you from the beginning. It deals with the history of surfing. There are other surfing documentaries, but for me, Riding with Giants is number one. Starting with the Bull, going 56s, all the way up to Laird Hamilton on the jet ski, It's uncompromising. It tells you the history through the people who were there. It's got lots of video footage, and it's even got Claire de Lune. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Riding with Giants. Mwah. Of course, I can't do sports documentaries without at least putting one football. There's so many to choose from, but the one I've gone for is, again, one of the greatest personalities to ever grace the turf, and that is the one, the only Brian Clough, and it's I Believe in Miracles. Now, this story deals with Forest specifically, from their humble beginnings in what was a second division team, because of course it wasn't the Premiership at that time, all the way through with Taylor to winning the first division, winning 2 European Cups, and of course he did it from nothing. It's impossible to replicate. It's never going to be done again. I'm sorry, even this club here, they ain't going to win 2 European titles. Of course, in 50 years, somebody's going to find this video and say, but it ain't going to happen. Let's be realistic. Bottom line is, Clough should have been an England manager. Great documentary. Please look out for it. I Believe in Miracles. Okay, the next is a BBC production, and it brought drama into our living rooms in the 80s. David against Goliath, and it's when snooker ruled the world. And again, I can't say it enough. It's the personalities that made snooker what it was. Plus, of course, the end of black and white TV and the beginning of colour. It traces again the history of snooker all the way up to Davis and, of course, Hendry. It's well put together, well narrated, as the BBC do. And if you've got any interest in snooker, it's the one for you. So I can't finish this without mentioning the one documentary that has had so much love in the last few years, and that is the phenomenal, amazing The Last Dance. And again, mwah, to the music, mwah. Michael Jordan did to basketball what Tyson did to boxing. And again, going back in history, Indonesia took note. I remember at school, everybody was trading the basketball cards. Everybody was playing bloody basketball. I don't like the sport, boom, boom, boom. But that's neither here nor there. Again, it's not so much about the sport as the personalities. And Jordan, what an articulate sportsman. And of course, the cast of characters around him. It also delves into the Olympics and the Dream Team. Enough said. If you haven't seen it, you must. No choice. And then hit the others. Anyway, that's it for me. As always, bye-bye. Don't be a sheep.